Hello everyone, Shkarteri here. So welcome to round 6 and the final round of the GTWS Nations Cup 2026. So it's Exhibition 1 season. So as you can see there, so it's a great start and we are starting in P5. So it's a sprint race in the Auto Bianchi A112 of Barth. Or sorry, 8 laps, not 10 laps. 8 laps. So this race started with that small tap, kind of unsettled the car a bit. Then I got hit from behind again, but kind of helped me to kind of help push the car forward. So this final race was in a really fun car to drive. We already had some daily races using this car, but I think it's the first time that we are using it in a Nations Cup race. At this point of the race, I was just trying to keep up with the front pack. So try and take advantage of the slipstream to see if we can lose contact with the group ahead of us. I go a bit wide there and I get a half a second penalty. Which was really annoying, especially because it was just right at the end of lap 1 and we already had a penalty. Fortunately, the group behind was also fighting a bit. So I just wanted to see if I could get enough advantage to see if I could at least keep this 5th position for now. I served my penalty there. So Fortunately for now, I didn't really lose any positions. Mr. Incompetent, the Austrian driver, is starting to catch us really quickly. Also Craig, so the British driver, is trying to keep up with the front pack as well. So the ones were a bit far behind, and were fighting really hard, so my pace, I guess at this point I thought that maybe I could get at least a P6. The 6th place was probably my goal, let's say, so at least to get a P6. Incompetent there had a penalty, the Austrian driver. I do a 2:21.6. Guess none of us could really compete with the driver in first place. So Rambo. Because he was really fast. This is maybe around 1 second faster than the rest of us. I was starting to get under a lot of pressure from behind. There I wasn't expecting John, the Italian driver, to turn his car that way, so it was almost right in front of me. I didn't really do anything to avoid it, and here I also had to take an evasive maneuver there in order not to hit him from behind, so which made me lose a position. But as you can see, so big group here, up to from second place, P6. So we were all fighting it through. So in here I decided to go for it because I had a really good exit. But in here I couldn't really, I mean, I can show you, I couldn't really do anything to avoid mass there because, yeah, so I was just following my line, and then, so as you can see, so he just tried to come across, but obviously my car was there, so I couldn't really do anything. And then so he tried again to take the, I guess, the normal racing line, but I was there, like I said, so couldn't do anything about it because I wasn't invisible. So he ended up losing a bit because of that. So losing some time. So Mr. Incompetent there went a bit wide. So who in fact wasn't really incompetent, he was actually very competent because he raced really well, he was really fast. With all those incidents previously to help me get to P3 at this point. So I was really happy with that, so if I could get just a podium position, well, that would be an excellent way to finish this Exhibition 1 season of the Nations Cup 2026. So here, so as you can see, so the Austrian drivers have decided to, then to the Russian driver ahead, so loses control of the car because I just decided to cut that corner. Which again was a bit annoying, but it was my own mistake. I mean, I shouldn't have done that. Even though it wasn't really a good time to have the penalty, especially because I felt like if I didn't have the penalty, maybe I could keep this position. But with the penalties, I was really worried because of all the cars behind me. I was kind of worried that I might lose maybe 1 or 2 positions. This turn to 130R, so side by side, as you can see. So we were having a really great race between the two of us. Unfortunately, this penalty is just going to make us lose a bit of time. So then I saw that Maz was coming up really fast, so decided to go to the left to let him go by in order not to block him. So, but fortunately I only lost the position. At this point I felt like I could maybe still get a podium. I'm still fighting to get P3 there. Felt like we had more or less the same pace. I had to brake early there, so I forced him into a slight mistake, so going a bit wide. So which allowed me to go back to P3. So but unfortunately here, so I guess he was just trying to push us to maybe try and catch the Austrian driver, but just ended up being a bit too much, and I just lost control of the car on that turn. So that also allowed John to catch us because of our fighting there. And again, back to this fight between the four of us. Under a bit of some pressure from behind at this point. I was mostly worried about this straight here because I knew that he was going to have my slipstream, so that he was going to be really fast. So fortunately he didn't try to go for the move, so so on that turn, and he ends up going a bit wide. And we are going to finish this race in P4. So I was really happy with that. So I think it was a really good way of finishing this exhibition series in a strong way. So it was really fun, this race, and I guess I had a good race, especially with the Austrian driver. And well, this was it for the Nations Cup. So hope you have enjoyed, and as usual, so I will see you again soon.